Steve is not trying to win this game, man. He had no intention on winning this game. I knew he was going to do this, bro. I fucking knew it. What did I fucking tell you? Like, he had no intentions of trying to win this game tonight. The Knicks did. McBride, 46 minutes. Josh Hart, 47 minutes. Brunson, 35 minutes. Harkenstein, 25 minutes. 31 minutes by DiVincenzo. Congrats. Congrats. Everyone played right around 30 minutes, you fucking dumbass. He is a fucking idiot, bro. Like, why do you do that? He is a fucking dumbass. Let me just play everyone. The fuck is he doing, bro?
You
Bro,
know,
this is a
like,
joke. Like, is he trying to win the game? Like,
okay, hear me out. I
no, bro,
get that
dead serious. Is he trying?
Tibbs.
No. Seriously, is he trying to win the game?
No, but hear me out though. I get that Tibbs is a cycle, right? He played Josh Hart almost the
No, bro, I
entire
don't give
game,
a
practically
fuck. But
48
no,
minutes.
no, 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 no.
No,
Fuck
no,
that.
no, no.
Is he
Just let
trying
me
to
get to
win
my
the
point.
game?
Hold on. Let me just get to my point. I get that, but there is no excuse for you to not at least match Jalen Brunson's minutes, who is their best player. Your best player should be matching his minutes anytime down. So what? Like, when are we starting to up your best player's minutes at this point? When? Like when?
Bro,
You
there's
might as well
yo,
wait
there's
until
like a month
Cancun.
ago.
You
No,
might as
no,
well be
no,
waiting
no,
until
no.
Cancun at this point
Bro,
because I don't even
33
know
minutes? Are
when.
you fucking kidding me? Like, there's a month to literally a month to him go. Steph sat from minute 3 in the third, right? All the way down to minute 7. What's the fucking point in this? We're behind. What is he doing? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like at this point, you might as well wait until Cancun to up his minutes because I
bro,
certainly don't know when.
he was
The
playing these
team doesn't know
minutes.
when.
Bro, he was playing these minutes like we were ahead by 20. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? All these dudes don't need to play 25 minutes, bro. Like, yo, this shit is just the stupidest thing that you can do. Like, what are you doing? And it's funny because I told people before the game, I was like, the Laker game, they approached it the right way, right? And then I'm just watching Steve and the minute distribution, and I'm like, watch what he's about to do. I know he was about to do this tonight. I fucking called it because he saw the Knicks, they were shorthanded, and he has this strategy like, oh, he's gonna outlast the Knicks. Like,
How does he not wait? How does
bro, that's literally what he did
he's
tonight.
known he's known Tibbs for how long? He knows he should have known that he was going to play his best players like 40 something minutes a game because that's just what he is. And they're also shorthanded on top of that.
Bro, I don't understand that logic. I literally don't understand that logic. I literally don't understand that logic. It makes no fucking sense. Like, what are you doing? Like, why can't you just approach the Knicks like you did the Lakers? Like, is it gonna hurt you? Like, it makes no sense.
Makes no sense, Urkel. None. This
You
is
know what?
embarrassing.
Honestly, this is
Bro,
more
that's
in
about the
your
stupidest
record
thing you
at
can
home.
do, dog. Like, what?
Your
Like,
record,
how does that make
their
any
record
sense?
this year at home, their record this year at home is honestly more embarrassing than last year's world record.
Is he trying to win the fucking no. Honestly, is he trying to win the fucking game? Like,
Like
Okay,
it's embarrassing.
before I
It's
He's
get
out there
fucking
embarrassing.
rolling
pissed
out
off,
3 and 4 guard lineups again. Like,
before I get pissed off and go off on Steve, I missed the first 3 quarters. I only caught the fucking fourth quarter. So what the hell happened, bro?
You
they
honestly
let
shouldn't even
McBride
need to
go
watch the
off.
third three. I'm on. You should be glad that you missed the first 3 quarters because you don't want to be watching that shit.
I mean, that's
it,
clearly what it
bro,
seems like. I
bro,
mean, was it a coaching
it
problem?
was so lethargic, and they played the game like it was the Knicks, and the Knicks were missing a bunch of people. That's exactly how they fucking played it. And Steve is like,
Draymond
oh, you know
Galaxy
what? Let
brain the
me.
whole fucking game.
Why do you have to fucking galaxy brain this shit, bro? Like,
Draymond
I don't
seriously,
even know
like,
Draymond
why he was even playing out there. He didn't even look like he was actually ready to go or not.
bro.
no.
Let me say
I
this:
don't even know why he was even
Draymond,
out there.
Draymond and Clay are probably two of the worst finishers. How the fuck did Steph win titles with these dudes, bro? Seriously, like these dudes cannot finish around the rim to save their fucking life.
So was it a more Steve problem or was it a dog shit like shooting
Both.
performance?
No, no,
Both.
no,
It's a
no. It was
dog
Both,
both.
but it
shit
It
was a
was
Steve
team
both.
Kerr.
problem. It's a dog shit team problem. Everybody is to blame today.
Oh my god, this fucking dude, Steve Kerr, man.
It's
Like,
it's Steve
bro,
Kerr. It's Steve Kerr.
Pods played way too much tonight. He was bad from the get go. He should have cut down his minutes.
Can
I'm
anybody
still
can
sick and
anybody
Three,
point
tired of
I'm
these
pretty
can
sure
four
like
anybody
guard
three of your
lineups.
starters like barely got combined 10 points today. Just barely.
Hey,
some
check
hey real quick, somebody go get the numbers on how many minutes Pods played, please.
but check this out. Wiggs, Pods, and Drake combined 3 for 17 shooting.
Why the fuck did I see Wiggins miss 2 free throws and then airball a layup in the fourth quarter?
That shit was
Like,
hilarious.
what the hell is that?
And Draymond's hot shooting has cooled off. He's starting to, he's losing his legs. He's starting to brick again.
No,
Because his
he's
His shot
back
is
losing his
is
cooling off a
ass,
little
absolutely
bit.
brother.
destroyed.
Brother,
He
that's
he's
why
has
he
losing.
no
can't.
fucking
Hey,
back.
hold on. That's why he can't play power forward. That's literally why he can't play power forward.
The hitch is coming back.
Literally why he can't play.
Yeah, the hitch is coming back, Urkel. If you see him when he's shooting the ball, when he would shoot the ball, it would have arc. But now he doesn't. He can't like get off the ground anymore when he's shooting. Like all of
Yeah,
his
Because he
threes are
can't
short.
jump because his back is cooked.
yeah, his
I know.
back
I
is cooked,
agree.
dude.
5. That's on them. They
Hey,
didn't want to.
bro,
They didn't want to
can we
back up.
talk about
So
Bro,
start
like,
preparing for
no,
the
I'm telling
motherfucking
you,
summer league?
this man is sabotaging, bro. Like flat sabotaging. There's no two ways around it, bro. He's sabotaging the team. Because how do you approach the Laker game like that, right? Like, what is he doing? Like, what's the strategy here?
You want to know his
This makes no
strategy?
fucking
You want to
sense.
you want to know
There's
his
no strategy there, bro.
want to know his strategy space? Last 3 games, Pods alone. Pods. Last 3 games. The Mavericks 28 minutes. The Lakers 35 minutes. Tonight against the Knicks 25 minutes. Way
No, this is
over
not
the
a
amount of
pods
minutes over
problem. Hold
Trace.
on. Y'all ain't about to come in here and blame pods. This ain't a pods problem, bro. This is a Steve Kerr problem.
Yes,
this
no,
is
but
Literally a
Steve
this
Kerr
Steve
e-
Kerr
No,
problem.
that's
exactly.
problem.
no, that's what I'm
Clearly,
saying.
Bro,
That's
the
what I'm
This
saying.
is
team
a Steve
sucks,
Kerr
bro.
problem,
It's the
bro.
whole team. What are we
No.
talking about?
This is literally a Steve Kerr problem.
Steve played him way too much. He should have like in doing the 3 to 4 guard lineup shit again tonight. Why?
That's
Why?
my point.
Bro,
You know
he
what the
At
most
this
literally,
point,
ironic
do
thing
we
is
even
about the
want this
four
team
guard
to make
lineup?
it to the playoffs,
You
bro?
know
bro,
what
hold
the
on.
ironic thing is?
Hold on. This man literally had 4 guards on the court at the same time. Next thing you know, the Knicks are going on a run. Like, I was charting it, bro. I was just looking at it. And I was like, let me see how many, bro. They went up like 10. I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you don't have to have fucking 50 guards out there.
You
No,
know what the
100%.
funniest thing is though, Urkel? The Knicks also had four guards out there.
You
Except
don't
for
have to
their guards
fucking
could
match
shoot.
them, bro. It's dumb. It's
That's
stupid.
Kerr's philosophy though. That is Kerr for you right there.
Yeah, but their guards could actually shoot tonight, unlike ours.
How did Potts play
Well, their
more than
guards
CP
actually play
tonight?
defense.
Hold on. How did Potts play more than CP tonight?
That's my point. That's
What?
my point.
All right. Okay. All right.
I don't know. CP was the only reason we were still in the game at
Chris Paul
half in
was
the first place.
14, 4, and 4. And Potts. All right. Cool. Never mind that.
And Trey still playing these low ass minutes for what reason? I don't understand.
I'll say this. I'll say this. You can literally say with Thibodeau with the Knicks, right? How Josh Hart and McBride, how they played the whole game. It almost felt like Pods played the whole game for the Warriors, bro. Like it literally felt like that. It no matter the starting lineup or the bench, it always felt like Pods was somehow always in the lineup. And I just don't understand it, bro. Even when they made that comeback, I still didn't like Pods in that lineup. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm
This is
pretty
on
sure he
Steve Kerr.
wasn't even in that lineup, right? I don't think he was in that lineup.
No, he was. Well, at the end of the second quarter when they was like making that they was making
No,
that
I'm talking
push.
about the fourth quarter. I'm talking
Oh
about the
no,
fourth
I was
quarter
talking about the
push.
second. The second.
There's a couple of things that happened. Like Wiggs did not really show up tonight. GP2 was very unplayable and fucked up on a few of the defensive possessions. And then also Steph looked lethargic out there. Green again, Galaxy brain the shit out of everything. Pods was ball pounding. JK was ball pounding. It was bad all around, man.
They did not. They did
And
not
what the
look like
fuck?
any Warriors variation at all. They played selfishly today.
What is a Miles McBride, by the way? What is that?
Juice McBride?
He's
Might as well be
Kevin Porter
Trace
built like a
McBride.
mini fridge. That's what.
Like, where the fuck did he come from? Who is
What do you
that?
I mean,
mean? He's been good. He's been good for them this year. He's actually a good 3 and
Last
D
three
player for
games,
them.
last game he scored like 6 points. Game before that he scored 3, and all of a sudden he goes for
Hold on. Y'all ain't gonna talk about what Steve Kerr did, bro. Come on, man.
yeah,
Are
he
we
got
serious here?
outcoached.
Like,
He got
But how many
outcoached,
times?
and
what
they
is
did
he
the same.
doing? No. Out coach is like when you're trying something and you're doing this and you're doing that. What the fuck was he doing tonight? Again, and the sad part about it, I knew he was gonna fucking do this tonight, bro. I fucking called it before the game. I'm like, I was talking to Jim Park earlier, and I was like, Jim, brace yourself because this is what's gonna happen tonight. And this is what he does. Like, what are you doing? How does that make any sense?
Urkel,
It
how many
just
times are you gonna see this movie and not get frustrated and like just be frustrated? Like, how many times do we have to see this movie?
listen. What's crazy about this is putting us on a course where we're going to be in a position where we're only going to get one shot potentially to make it into the playoffs in a fucking 9-10 play-in situation.
No. He's fucking us, bro.
Bro, we're
He's
cooked.
literally fucking us. I'm telling you, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
don't know what he's
I'm with
doing.
you.
Like,
I'm with you.
you're with me? No. There's no other way, bro. Like, he's fucking us.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be
Like,
honest with you because
yeah,
I'm a little bit.
no. And y'all come in here and y'all have heard me all year long, and I've been talking. I don't talk about the coach like that. But you see, like the last couple of games, what the fuck is he? No. This is dumb, bro. It's the dumbest strategy, and it won't work.
Yeah, you were being patient. Yep.
This shit is not going to work, bro. It's not going to work.
I'm officially on the bandwagon. I'm on the bandwagon. I know the running joke about Jim with Steve Kerr. I'm officially.
No, he's right, bro. He's
I'm
right.
on the bandwagon,
He's
bro.
right. He's not wrong, man.
I'm over it. I'm over Steve Kerr at this point. I'm
Stop trying to
officially
fucking
jumping
defend
off
him,
the.
bro. Like,
He
Jim is not
coached.
wrong, bro.
He
Like,
coached with
stop it.
no sense of urgency. After that win we just had
Yes.
against the Lakers, every like any sense of getting the 7 or even 60 kind of evaporated after this loss.
I agree. I agree. Because if you look at the three things with
This
Steve Kerr, look at the three things with Steve Kerr, right? When we look at this loss, the story of the game is the lineups. You do 4 guard lineups, you do lineups with no POA, and then you have
Bro, it
lineups.
don't
And I'm
even make no
sorry,
sense, bro.
I know you're
None
not
of it makes sense.
you're
No. None of it makes sense.
ex-
It's all stupid. It's dumb.
exactly.
Your POA was cooked too. They weren't even that good today.
That is
Your
true.
best POA guys weren't even playing that well, so we might
Yeah.
as well not even have POA.
And on top of that, and I know Space might not like to hear this, but I don't want to ever see Draymond at the 5 again. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to see Draymond at the 5. And listen, Kerr, I get it. With the core with Steph, Clay, and Draymond, you got to do something.
Well, play Trace more then. Guess
That
what? Play
thank you.
Trace more
Yes,
then.
yes,
That's all you got to do.
yes.
Because
TJ,
guess what?
hey,
Guess
I
what? Guess what? Guess what?
take pods
Guess
out
what?
and
Look
TJD
at
starts.
Draymond. Look at Draymond in the corner and how teams are leaving him alone. Is he making those shits now? No, he's not.
No.
That's what
And
I was telling you. Don't flash that fucking percentage in front of me, bro.
and
I
it's
agree.
because
There's
he's
dudes
still
that can
playing
shoot,
hurt.
and they this shit is stupid, man. Like just ridiculous.
And I don't want to
He's
hear
trying,
I
bro.
don't want to hear any of the because people kept arguing about well the data the stats show that it's better with pods in the starting lineup. That does not reflect in the schedule of the last couple weeks lately. I'm sorry, I don't like that argument anymore. I say take out pods of the starting lineup. You start TJD. It's going to be either TJD, Draymond Kaminga, or TJD, Draymond Wiggins, however you want to mix it up, but TJD has got to be at the 5, bro. I'm sick of this shit with Steve Kerr. I'm sick of it, bro. We come in every game and we do this shit every fucking time. I'm starting to sound like Jim. Like, bro, I'm just done with Steve Kerr at this point, bro. I'm done.
What did I say? And since wait, hold on. What did I say at the beginning of the season? I said the less toys you give Kerr, ironically, the more effective he is. You give him too many toys to play with, the fuckery will start. It's always been like that every single year with him. You give him too many toys, this is what is going to happen.
So are we not going to talk about how they literally let the New York Knicks do the same thing over and over and over again? with Jalen Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo, just high
He
screen pick
just
and rolls.
they spammed it
Like they just
all
spammed it all
game,
game, all game.
and
Like,
Kerr made no adjustment to it, none
Well,
whatsoever.
also, how many back cuts did they give up today? How many back cuts did Josh Hart and Miles McBride get away
Or how
with?
many corner threes did they give up? Let's talk about that too. Like the fuck? Oh my god! Like Draymond, and this is their own fault. This is the front office's own fucking fault that Draymond has this back injury and he has no verticality anymore
Guys,
this
why are you
season.
mad?
Blaming the front office for Draymond's back injury? Are you kidding me?
Guys, why are we
Come on, man.
why are we frustrated?
You're blaming the front office for because of the fact that
Trey, come on.
Draymond's back.
This
Come
game,
on,
you've
No,
man.
seen
no,
this
no,
Why are
no.
movie
we
Because
before already.
because
How
frustrated?
they
many
they
times?
haven't built
Hold
this
on.
roster to have enough help at the five.
Why
What
are
do you
we
mean help at the five? He cannot play the four, bro. He can't shoot.
why are we
He can't
frustrated?
shoot. That's why
Why are
he's
we
not playing the
frustrated?
four.
Why are we frustrated?
they've been playing well. Wait,
I think
not as of late, but obviously they've been showing good signs, Dre.
Because
That's why I'm
honestly, what else
frustrated.
were we really expecting,
Well,
right?
Yeah,
I
all
think
right,
that's what Dre's
hold
getting
up.
to at. What were we really
Isn't this a
expecting?
game that we've seen us lose all year?
Oh
Why are
my
you
God, it's
I
ridiculous.
told you. This is
so
like
yeah.
then
the
so
15th
then
or
shouldn't this
16th time already, man.
so we're getting mad at the same thing over and over and over again, which I
That's the
mean that's
definition
just
of insanity. No, it's fine.
well,
Well,
but
No,
hold up,
I
real
don't know
quick. To
about
be
insanity.
fair,
I think
real quick.
it's
My bad, Rose. My bad, Dre.
guys, the
it's
team's
like getting
inconsistent, man. No, no,
you
no.
say
Here's the
insanity,
problem,
right?
right? You guys are frustrated because you're placing championship expectations on an inconsistent team. They're inconsistent. Why are we making ourselves mad when this team has shown nothing?
Well, Dre,
Nothing.
can I ask you, Dre?
That indicates that it's a tier 1 favorite level contender. I'm not saying we can't make a run. I'm not saying we can't make a push. But this is not frustrating to me at all. As a fan, of course it sucks. I don't want to lose, but this is who we are, man. We're inconsistent. So we have to accept that and stop placing championship expectations, cuz what's going to end up happening is you guys like when we I mean if we end up flaming out, like people are going to like be mad as if like in the context of winning a championship. That's just not the team that we have this season. We're not consistent enough. We haven't proven that. So, and that's not to say we still can't make a deep run. I still think we've shown flashes of brilliance throughout. Like we've had stretches where we, play well defensively. We've had stretches where, we've blown teams out. We've shown some promise, but ultimately we haven't put it together. And the best teams in the world, those teams have put it together. So,
There may need to be a starting lineup change though.
I, it,
I
do you? Oh,
think.
wait, but hold on,
thank.
wait. Let me just say this before. You're right. I agree with you. Do you not like see the issue though that we're in game 70 and
Oh
it's
no, definitely. That's
so
the problem.
so this
Yeah.
is my thing, right? And so we got to look at like we don't have a closing lineup, right? Do we have a closing lineup?
No.
No,
Do we have a starting lineup?
No.
Okay.
no.
I'm giving you guys the answers to the test. Um and it is what it is, man. It's of course it sucks, but I wish we made some moves at the deadline to mitigate these issues. We didn't, and so we got to. The expectations must be relative to what the data indicates. The data indicates we're not a consistent team. We're not
Oh
consistent.
boy.
This is a game we've lost all year. Every time we have an opportunity to, maybe make a run or hit the ground running and extend
They
this
shit the bed.
momentum. Yeah, so it is what it is, man.
Dre, real quick. Can I
Accept
ask
it.
you a
We got to
question,
start
bro?
accepting it, man. We got to start accepting it and stop getting frustrated at a team that really isn't a favorite, one of the favorites, tier 1 contenders, and placing them through in the context and through the lens of a tier 1 team. They were just not a tier 1.
Dre, with all due respect, Josh Hart played 47 minutes tonight. There's no
Triple
fucking way you
double,
should lose that game.
triple double.
You know how
There's
old
no
Josh
way you
Hart
should
is?
lose that game.
You know how old Josh Hart is? He's 29.
Real
Hold
quick.
on. Hold on. He's 29. We only have one dude or two dudes in their prime on our roster. You can't play Draymond 48 minutes. You can't play Clay 48 minutes. You can't play Steph 48 minutes.
How
You
about you
can't.
just play the minutes that you played them the other night? Real simple.
This
How
is what
about
It's,
I'm.
those
it's
minutes?
This is what I'm
you.
trying to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like Dre, cause bro, I absolutely do see your point, and you have been consistent in your point of the roster being flawed, the roster being inconsistent, and I do agree with you to a certain extent because my question to you is, well, with
hold on,
the
Jim.
context of the inconsistency, doesn't that
Jim.
maybe play more because of the lineup situation? If we had been more consistent with our lineups, that would actually kind of maybe we would have a different looking type of season right now. So I don't
Hey,
think
Jim
it's more
Park.
so the roster's flawed.
Hold
It's
on,
more so
Jim.
Steve Kerr with flawed lineups.
Jim. What did I come into your room and tell you today, bro? Didn't I tell you that this would happen?
You did. You did. The Knicks are
If we,
missing
if
OD.
yeah, go ahead, Jim.
What did I tell you, Jim? Like, I mean, we can talk about both sides of the ball, effort, all of this shit, blah 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 blah. Let me tell you something, man. I've been watching Steve Kerr set the tone. This isn't the first time I've just been watching it for years. Team is out. Team main guy is out. Steve Kerr, let me do the galaxy braining shit. Like, why can't you just play regular? Do the shit that you did the other night.
He
It's
makes
real
it
Like,
simple.
makes it
like
harder
Jim,
than what it needs to
you
be.
watched
It
how
doesn't
many
need to be
years?
that hard, bro.
Jim, how many years have you watched her? Like, at some point, you gotta know when he's gonna start doing some buffoonery shit. Like, we don't even need to call it. We can just see how it is.
But
Kerr,
hold
Kerr.
on. I want
Yeah.
Dre to answer that though. Like Dre,
What
like
was the question?
your point about the roster being flawed. Is it really the roster being flawed, or is it more so Steve Kerr just putting in the wrong lineups at the wrong time?
No, the issue is okay. Hold on. I just asked a question earlier. Do we have a closing lineup? Yes or no?
That
Nope.
CP Trace combo, we could have won the game with that lineup.
Do we have a closing
But
lineup that we
you
can go
wouldn't be
to?
closing with
Yes or
CP
no?
and Trace, though.
Do we have a definitive closing lineup that is balanced? Yes or no? We do not. Do we have a definitive starting lineup that is balanced? Yes or no? We do not. So Steve Kerr deserves a chunk of the blame, but the reality is also this team has been inconsistent all season long,
You ain't
regardless.
seen the proper lineups. You ain't seen the proper closing lineups. You saw it a little bit tonight when they were when shit was on the rope and nothing was going. At the end of the day, that lineup was still able to finally hold the fucking Knicks to 20 points. They score over 30 points or more every single fucking quarter, except for the fourth when Steve finally stopped fucking around playing 4 guard fucking lineups throughout the course of the
So Jim,
fucking
how?
game. When they break
So
apart every single fucking time, Dre, this happens. They play three
Jim,
guard, 4 guard
you
fucking
can't
lineups. Yes or
play.
no?
You how many minutes do you want Trace to play?
Trace at this point should be playing close to 30 minutes per game.
Yeah, play him 30 minutes.
At
You
the
fucking
five?
kidding me?
I'm
He
asking
needs
you a
to be. Of
Play
question.
him
course,
at
at
the
the five.
five,
What
play
else
him
he's
at the
gonna play?
four.
Okay,
Wherever the fuck you
30
want to
minutes,
so
play him,
Dre.
so
play
hold
30
him.
on.
minutes.
But
Play
the
him
reason
more.
I'm
Fuck it,
asking,
put Looney at the 5 when
look at how
PJ
mad
needs
you
to
guys
come
are,
out.
It's
bro.
time to change this
Okay,
shit up,
answer
man.
the fucking
Shit's
question. I'm just
stupid.
asking you a question. Chill out. Hold on. At the five, okay. Of course not at the four, right? But I'm saying the reason I asked that question was because who's the option at the four then? Is it
Draymond. You
okay?
got to
Now hold
curtail
on.
Draymond's minutes at the center spot. You
Okay,
agree with that?
I agree with that. Now my question is this.
That's the only way, Dre. To
Okay,
curtail Draymond's minutes, the only way is to play
who?
Trace more minutes.
Hold on. Who is viable in the backcourt that can like allow that lineup to be viable offensively?
Clay. It's time to
And
bench pods.
okay,
What do
and
you mean? And Steph.
so
Steph
how
and
many?
Clay is the backcourt.
So,
Okay,
so somebody
okay.
has to come out then. One of your forwards or your wings has to come
No,
out.
Who's
Pods is
the
out of
three?
here. Sit
Hold on.
Pods.
Okay, who's the three?
Wiggins.
Okay, so how many minutes should that lineup play a game that you just listed out?
They should be, well, listen, Kaminga and Pods. We tried this starting lineup. They were really good for a while there. And against teams like this, shit is not working. It's not good enough.
I'm
They need to
asking you,
switch it
Jim.
up.
How many minutes should that lineup play a game?
What do you want me to, Trey? Why are you asking that question? Like, do you want me to do calculations right now? This is what you want me to do. You want me to add up? Let me think. Draymond, 32 minutes, maybe 29. Like, depending on, like maybe Kuminga. What do you want me to do, Dre? You want me to
Okay.
calculate the minutes right now? Why are you asking
So
that
then
question?
I'm asking you the question because do you think that lineup is viable enough to as like long term? Do you think that's a
Yeah,
long term line? You think it
that
is?
I've been saying that the whole season that they needed to close with Trace, and now it's come to a point where against teams like this, where you were getting outplayed 20-5 to start the first quarter. Are you serious? bro. Pods, like, dude, he played 25 minutes and scored 0 points. Like, why is Steve continuously playing him and he's like leading the team in minutes? The only reason he didn't lead the minutes this tonight is because he finally stopped playing in the fourth quarter. But leading up to the end of the third quarter, he played all the way down to the third quarter where there's like 3 guards on the floor. How many times do we have to say Chris Paul and Klay Thompson being on the floor should not be next to Pods? Pods shouldn't be next to them. It makes no sense. There's no POA next to them. Now Wiggins is forced to the 4, and shit is just flawed. You got to break up some of these flaws. And Pods just can't be playing next to those guys. He's ineffective. He's doing nothing out there.
That the lineup that you named, Jim, that lineup cannot survive against the best teams for a long stretch of time. Maybe against some
There's
teams.
no adequate shooting on the floor besides those two. We know
Yeah.
who those two
So
are.
that's why I asked you how many minutes, Jim. And
Why is it? How much have you guys seen that lineup to say like that lineup is not viable? You haven't
Didn't
seen it.
they?
We haven't seen it.
Didn't they say that
no, I didn't say
Steph
it's
has
not
never
viable.
played
Hold
with
on. I didn't
Trace?
say it's not viable. I said
You said it's
that
not viable for long stretches, right?
this is what I said. I said that I don't think it projects to be something you can run out there for an extended stretch
Why?
of time.
Why?
Well, define extended stretch. What do you think? I have my definition. What is your definition of extended stretch?
Well, what they typically do is they'll have the starting lineup and then they'll play the first 5 minutes of the game and then 2 guys will get subbed out and Steve just he does all kinds of weird shit. But at the end of the day, when it's time to close, you're supposed to go back to your starting lineup. And I've been okay with Kuminga starting.
Mhm.
And the thing about and the problem with that is right. I don't know about, and I've thrown this idea before. I just don't know how good it would do from, like you guys say, from a spacing standpoint and stuff like this. If you decide to put Kuminga at the 3 and Wiggins at the 2, who's handling the ball is only going to be Steph, and also Clay is out of the equation. Listen, man. When Clay is on the floor next to Trace at the same time, it just brings a whole other dimension to Clay's game. It opens up the floor in a lot of different ways. Trace tonight, fucking 9 of 10 from the field. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. I mean, these are typical numbers of a really good fucking center. Starting fucking center.
Jim.
And pretty dominant one at that.
But here's
Let
the
me ask
problem,
you this
right?
question: do you think they're actually like moving the ball? There's a lot of holding on to the ball. There's a lot of ball pounding. Am I crazy,
No,
or
bro. Like I
is
Yes,
that
said,
there's
going
a
on?
lot of ball
tonight there was
pounding.
a bunch of ball
Yeah.
pounding, and it's just a roster imbalance too, man. But it's a lot of ball pounding was going on tonight. It didn't help
Look, part
A
of the
anything.
lot of
reason
ball
why I
pounding also
really think
happens
that
when there's a
Trace
lack
needs
of
to be in the
trust.
starting lineup over Kaminga is because Draymond needs to be preserved at this point. He needs to be preserved for several games where he's not being forced to play the center spot for a chunk of the game. And you saw how he looked tonight. He doesn't look right. He did not look right tonight. He didn't look like he did
Harden's
Nah,
not
not look
looking
Jim.
like
good
This is the
Nah,
tonight.
Laker game. Even in
the
the
same
Laker game,
Draymond,
he didn't look right.
right?
yeah. Okay.
He wasn't moving well.
Yeah, Jim.
You
I've
thought he
been
was
saying
moving
that
well
shit
or
for
no?
fucking 2 weeks, Jim. I've been saying that shit
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
Well, I'm agreeing
And
with
this is
you,
what
Dre.
So
Why
sit
are you
him
yelling
then.
about that?
because here's my
Sit
problem,
him
right?
then.
Because the roster is it's
So
broken
sit
right
him.
now, right? It's broken.
They should sit him.
Doesn't mean you sit him.
If
It
he's
just means
not
reduce
feeling
his
well, then
minutes.
sit him. Simple.
Reduce his minutes. Reduce his minutes.
No,
Wait,
no,
Dre,
no, no, no,
Dre.
no, 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 no. Hold up. Don't reduce his minutes. How about you just not play him? Give him a week off. How about that?
It's gonna be hard to win without him.
You know what?
They need him.
Fine. There's no point in
What,
him
15
being
games
out
left?
there. There is no point
You are
with
the
him
one that's
being
saying he
hobbled.
dies, he dies.
There is no point in him being out there if he's not playing well and if he's hobbling. If he's hobbling around, don't play him. It's really that
Bro,
simple.
he looks
He's
like
not. No, no. He's not hobbling around, but he just doesn't look like
Jim, give
he's
me a percentage.
fully.
Give me a percentage. He looks what? What percentage would you say?
Man, tonight he looked like maybe 70%.
I agree. I would say about 60, 70. Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
don't
not
play him
enough.
then. It's
Okay,
really
well,
that simple
no, no, no.
because
It's just easier if you curtail what he has to do on the floor, and if he's a roamer and helper, it's much easier than anchoring
Right.
and guarding a
Right.
guy like Hartenstein. He can't fucking guard
Exactly.
him,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
Trace can. That's why you
Yes.
need to put him back at the power forward spot where he belongs. He never should have been playing center full time. Not at all. The dude is 6'6", 34 years old.
We should
You
try
trying to
that
destroy
lineup,
him?
Jim. We should try that lineup, but and I think it'll be good. But my only reservation is against some of the best teams that spread the floor 5 out. it might be tough. But I mean, it's fine. We don't really have an option right now, so yeah, we should try the lineup. I just think, is it viable in terms of
Jim, he cannot play the four because look what happened tonight. He can't space the floor. They're leaving him wide open and he's missing that shot. That 40 something percent is a fucking
Yeah,
mirage.
no. Tonight he just looked
It's a
really.
mirage,
Did you
bro.
see the way he was shooting, bro? Like
everything?
you
Jim,
knew that shit was gonna be off the moment he
Jim,
released
everything
it
was
because
short. Everything
he's
was
getting
short.
no
It's a
lift at
mirage,
all.
I'm telling you.
Everything was
Yeah.
Don't
short.
believe anything. Don't believe anything that 40% from three is telling you. It's a mirage. This is why he can't play
No,
the
no, no,
four.
no,
I'm
no,
telling you,
bro.
bro.
He's not right. He wasn't right this game. We'll see what if there's anything was said about it, but in regards to what he has to say about it. But he also said that before he sat out, he was struggling with it for like 3, 4 games or 4 or 5 games before that. So it didn't just magically go away.
But
He
Jim, I
came
want to.
back.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was
I
gonna say
bet you he
we
doesn't
gotta,
play tomorrow.
let's also point. Let's also point this out too, right? The Knicks, their starting shooting guard, their starting center, and their starting small forward combined for 52 points. Let me repeat that. Miles McBride, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Josh Hart combined for 52 points. Uh, Wiggins, Draymond, and Pods combined for 9 points. So our starting forward, center, and shooting guard got outscored 52-9. That's 43 points. And
I think. Oh,
I
great. You
think
know what's
Pod's got to
interesting?
sit, bro. I think we need. Listen, either Clay, Moody, whoever. But the problem with
No,
starting
it's got to
Clay
be
is,
Clay. It's
well,
got to be Clay.
hold on. You say that. You say that so quickly, Jim. But the problem is this: Clay's by far at his best next to CP. That's the problem, Jim. You want to start CP too?
No. I think Clay with Trace by his side and them two playing together. I think that's very dynamic.
Maybe.
I
Okay.
don't think
Okay.
you need
Maybe
Chris Paul for that.
that's
We
something.
saw
That's true.
Clay do
Okay.
really well with
So
Trace
then
without
maybe
Chris
you
Paul.
have to manipulate the rotations so
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
get
Here's
CP
what I'm
out there.
thinking, Dre. Dre,
Yeah.
here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think Kaminga needs to be that spark plug. Like he's still a super reliable scorer, right? And you need that from him. What I would say is that, you and a lot of people have been complaining about Wiggins not doing enough offensively, right? Okay. Well, one possible way to get him going a little bit more is if he's not playing next to Kaminga, because when he's
Try
next
it.
to Kaminga,
Yeah.
Kaminga is getting all the opportunities that he used to get. Those inverted screens or those or whatever different plays, or horns twists where you get switches onto Wiggins. He gets a smaller guy on him in the post, and he has an easy matchup. Like these kinds of things. Those
So
things are not really happening for him
so
anymore.
let me.
Those things are going to Kaminga. So if
Yeah.
you can separate those two and let Wiggins play his role while Trace does his role as a big man and protecting Draymond rather than them having to compensate. And Draymond is now at the center spot to protect Kaminga, right?
Jim, I want to explain this further. Do you realize though that Wiggins, Draymond, and Pods combined for 3 for 18 from the field? 3 for 18. So you're saying bench Kaminga, who was 7 of 13. Now here's the thing. Your vision actually, I understand what you're saying, right? You're saying bench JK, give Wiggs more shots, get him going in rhythm. That's good in theory, but if Wiggs doesn't deliver, then it's a problem, right? So we got to have some faith and we got to have some evidence and some data that can support like giving Wiggins more shots because the last few games he just hasn't been efficient enough to justify that. But
24 minutes. 24 minutes is not enough. 24 minutes for Wiggins, 26 minutes for Kaminga is not enough.
That's
And you
insane.
know, it's
yeah,
not enough, bro. It's not enough. You
you
need
can't
more minutes out of those
you
guys.
can't
Potts is
I'm
play.
eating
sorry.
those minutes. Potts minutes needs to be curtailed at the end of the day. He's playing too many minutes.
You need
He
to cut.
doesn't fit with a lot of these lineups anymore.
You
And
need to
tonight it was
Also,
cut.
fucking destructive.
and
I
So
agree.
Dre,
I
Dre,
agree.
and he's been great.
I
This
agree. No,
question.
Pods play too much.
This is
I
not
think
even
actually,
Potts' fault, man. This is on Steve.
I think
It's on
Moody.
Steve.
I actually think Moody. If Moody didn't get hurt, because he actually had a knee injury that took him out for the game, but if Moody didn't get hurt, I was begging all game actually to throw Moody out there instead of Pods because I liked his positional size more. I liked his shot making more. Um, but this is just another you know case study in the manipulation and the adjustments we have to make with the roster throughout the game because it is flawed and you're taking guys out for spacing, you're putting guys in for defense, we don't have enough two-way players to balance lineups out. But you are right. I mean, maybe we could try Steph, Clay, Wiggs, Draymond, Trace, but you better hope Wiggins hits shots
And
because
if he doesn't, make sure that he's playing amazing defense at the very least.
yeah.
And Clay is going off with Trace, and they got some great 2-man game going on. Steph and Draymond will have their 2-man game going on, and now there's a different combination of really reliable screeners setting those screens. And then this time it's not Looney, it's Trace, and Trace is a fucking monster out there. So and he's proving that night in and night out at this point. So I don't know what more he has to do to show that he makes this team most viable, most serious. That's why they try to close with them tonight. That's why they held that team to 20 points. It just wasn't enough offensively for the Warriors because they were just, them too, in terms of they just missed makeable shots, right? That was a part of it. But that's because of the pressure that's been created within the first 3 quarters where the Knicks went
Jim, I'm
off.
not gonna lie to you. You cannot give up 34 points in a second. 3-guard lineup out there. Sometimes it was 4-guard lineups in that second quarter. And you can't give up 34 in 32 minutes. There were 3-guard and 4-guard lineups awry tonight. You cannot
Bro, that
do
shit
that.
makes my stomach fucking turn watching those fucking
Oh my
core guys on the
God,
floor
bro.
like Steve
It
Kerr.
was nonsense.
You motherfucker, man.
Bro, how are you giving up 119 points to the Knicks
The Knicks
that are
30
missing
points
half
per
their
quarter,
team?
bro.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
we can't get any stops. Let's make our defense weaker by putting 4 guards out there. What?
And let's have
You
Draymond at the
fucking
five.
psychopath.
How many
But
points has the Knicks been allowing
That's what
in
I'm
the last
saying, bro. They
month,
didn't even have
month,
OG.
month and
Oh,
a
it's
half?
or
disgusting, bro.
Julius
It's
Randle.
absolutely disgusting.
No, but what I'm saying is, how many points have the Knicks been allowing over the last month?
I don't know.
The Knicks been the number one in defense, right?
Yeah, well,
And
they get scored
and every hold
119
on,
fucking points tonight, bro.
and everybody played like shit, and we still scored 112 points.
The problem was the defense.
The
Again,
problem
again,
is the defense,
again.
dog.
Yes, again.
Like we have no problem scoring, and we scored, and we were playing like shit. And to
Shadow.
be honest with you, that man is my favorite player of all fucking time over Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But Steph gotta be fucking better. Since All Star, you know when All Star was? February 9th. Steph is averaging 22 points a game.
Okay.
That is
I'm
not
telling.
acceptable for.
He-
In order to win and do anything, we need Steph to be Superman.
Let's try a
And it's
different
just
starting
not gonna
lineup.
happen without Steph
At
being Superman.
36, at
Let's
36, you
try a
want to
Yes,
different
at
starting
okay?
lineup.
36.
yeah,
Okay,
Yes,
then.
at
Good
but
luck
he
36.
with
was
that.
playing. But
Good luck
Because
with
the
before
that.
the
advancement of medicine, the fact that the man is a multimillionaire and he has all the doctors to his disposal, the fact that he rests, the fact that he doesn't play 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 minutes a game. Nobody's asking him at 36 just
Shadow,
not
you
to
mentioned
go 2 games back to back, 3 for 10. That doesn't that Nameki
you
and
and
said
him
before
being a
you hold on.
superstar.
he's
You
playing
said
on
the issue. Hold
Voss.
on. You said the issue was defense. But you do realize, in the fourth quarter, we had a 5-minute stretch where we had 0 points. Zero. The issue isn't defense or offense. You know what it is? We don't have enough two-way players out there. That's the problem. So there's times where we can't score,
Fam, we
and there's
lost
times
to
where we
them
can't
by
get
seven
stops.
points, and we were absolutely garbage today.
There's times
Nobody
where we can't
shot,
score.
nobody thing.
There's
What kept
times where
us
we
in the
can't get
game
stops.
is that we made a run by getting stops. We
Yeah,
finally
Shadow.
started to stop them.
we don't have
Shadow,
enough
let me
two-way
ask you a
players.
question.
McBride was going off on us, brother.
Shadow, let me ask you a question.
Hartenstein averages 6 points a game. He scored 8 in the first 2 minutes, dog.
The issue was defense tonight, but there were times we couldn't score either because we don't have enough two-way players out there at all times. That's a fact. We don't.
And when you have 4 guards out there, your
You're
ability to
cooked.
score gets highly limited too, by the way. Your offense also sucks when you have 4 guards out there. There are no screeners. Nobody can get open. Nobody can get into the paint. Their offense is fucking garbage when 4 guards are out there. Steve Kerr needs to, for the love of God, cut
Their
it the
defense
fuck
is even
out.
worse, Jim, when
Of
there's four
course,
guards out
needless to
there.
say. So, Shadow, I want to ask you this question, which is, what do you see a viable solution in terms of fixing their defense? What do you think about the lineups that I presented? Like,
I think
tell me
at
some
this
of your thoughts,
point,
man.
it's undeniable that Trace needs a lot of minutes. It's undeniable. There's nothing to talk about it. We're talking about their age and attrition. Trace needs to play more, right?
Okay.
And I don't know necessarily right now if it's about Kaminga going to the bench, whatever. All I know, I don't care who goes to the bench. I'm being honest with you guys. I don't care who goes to the bench. But I think, and I don't know if you guys watch out for these things, but when I'm watching the game and my brother's playing, I'm watching every single possession. He didn't shoot well tonight. That's a given. But I'll tell you this right now: Brunson wasn't going off on him. Brunson was 2 for 8 against Wiggins, and he wasn't being matched up. And Pods, and I say Pods is not a great defender, but for some reason, I think Pods just hit a wall and he's tired. I'm not gonna be down on Pods like he's garbage or he's trash.
No, he's
I just
not
think
garbage.
Pods.
And
I
it's
think
not at all.
Pods is a rookie. He's used to the college game. This is way more than he's ever played in his NCAA career, and I think he just hit a wall. And he's been playing the most minutes, and he's tired. You
Steve's out
cannot
of his
tell me
mind, bro.
nothing. Josh Hart did not get subbed out once.
Okay, Jim, you see that point
Josh
that
Hart
Shadow
did
just
not get
made?
subbed out once, bro.
Jim, you
Yeah.
see that point that Shadow gets made?
What's that?
It's almost like Pods is used to running 100 meter, and the coach said to him, "Yo, strap up
Go run the
for the
400,
400."
Yeah,
which is the hardest race in track.
That's what happens when you start a 21-year-old, which is what I've been saying all year. They're
Yeah, Steve
flawed.
needs to cut it out.
I've been saying this all year. I said you start two 21-year-olds, not just one, Kaminga and Pods. And starting Pods, he's flawed. I've been saying this. So, of course, he's going to hit a wall. This doesn't surprise me. JK's also hit a wall at times, too, defensively. So, I'm not going to kill the young dudes when I expect them to struggle at times because they're 21. That's a point that has been repeated on this very spaces over and over
I'm
again.
Okay,
just
Dre. Okay,
I'm
Dre.
just from the standpoint. I just want to say one quick
Yeah, go ahead.
point, and I'm good. I'm from the standpoint. If I'm going down with the ship, I'm going down with the ship. If I'm going down and I'm going out like a sucker, I'd rather be with Klay Thompson in the starting lineup.
Yeah, part of the Dre, you say
Like
that we can't
this
overly.
experiment is stupid. You cannot teach height, bro. The man is 6'7", and even if he's a cone, Pods is a cone too, and Pods is 6'3", max 6'4".
I think, I don't know
Klay
how
Thompson is
Steve,
6'7".
I don't know
I'd
how Steve
rather
can, go ahead.
I'd rather Klay be out there, Trace, Draymond, Steph be Steph. They lean, and you know what? When Steph does these back screens and off the ball, he creates the space that he compensates for the space that Draymond and say Trace wouldn't have. It's a lot better than Looney. At least he's a vertical threat. And we're seeing it. He's throwing maybe 4 or 5 lobs a game. He's getting 4 or 5 dunks a game.
No,
That's
he
why
doesn't
his field goal
miss.
percentage is so high. So I think Steph needs to be running pick and roll with him too, and we need to lean into that.
So who are
Because you
we
know what
going?
killed us?
Mhm.
Dante DiVincenzo and Brunson together as a tandem,
Yes, that's
running
true.
high pick and roll, high ball screens. That's it. That's the only thing they did the whole entire game. And when he wasn't doing that, Brunson went off the ball and flashed to the corner and got the corner three. That's it. That's all. It was very
So
basic basketball.
if we start Clay, right? And who are we benching JK in that lineup?
Yeah, you have to.
If you bench JK, who's your second option in that lineup?
It's going to be a combination of Clay and Trace and
Bro, Clay
Wiggins.
is
It's going to
Clay's
be like
been
a
Jim,
three-headed.
that's not
Clay in
winning.
the
That's
last
not winning a
7, 8
championship.
games has been giving you 20 points. Today, Clay was kind of off, but other than that, you think you don't
Shadow, he's
trust
giving
Clay
you
to
20
score 20
points.
points?
No. 20 points off the bench next to Chris Paul.
No, Dre, listen.
No, no, no.
You
I
can't have
think
it
I
both
think
ways.
I think
Hold on. You can't
his
have it
entire
both ways.
career he's been scoring 20 plus, man. I think he could
All
do it.
right.
He was in a little bit
Yeah,
of a slump.
listen.
People are in a slump. Right now, currently, Steph is in a slump. You know that, right? And he's my favorite player. I'm not saying Steph's been playing like shit, but as far as Steph standards, he's in a slump, bro. The man is averaging 22 points a game since All-Star. That's February 9th. Do you know what today's date is? That's over a month. That Nemekit, that's not acceptable. That's over 12 games.
Definitely has to play better. 100%.
And a big thing is
And in order for us to be anything, we lean on Steph. Since Steph got drafted, the Warriors have been about Steph. So it's about Steph, bro. He's
and
the
on top
engine.
And on top of that, it's just like also, I think putting Clay back in the starting lineup is just going to have to happen because you see clearly that there is still less space when Clay is no longer in the starting lineup. And that impacts not only Steph, but also JK. If JK is also going to stay there in the starting lineup, there's just no space to operate anymore.
But
No,
him and
so
Curry,
so
him.
listen. I need to make this point in regards to Dre talking about 21-year-olds. All right. You can't have it both ways. Dre, if you don't want that, then you need to get number one, Clay back into the equation. And Trace is 24. So, and clearly he's their anchor. He's the best guy at the center spot, and it's not even close. And he has great chemistry with Clay at the very least, and he can run stuff with Steph as well. Now you have two, and so they're going to have to change, their style of play some. Well, one of the reasons why I wanted Clay off the starting lineup is because he was on selfish contract. I need my contract. I need to score 20 plus every night energy. And I think he's off that energy now. I think he's just trying to do whatever it is that he needs to do to help the team. Tonight he had 8 assists. When the last time you see Clay Thompson have 8 assists? And that's part of the reason is because because Trace is available
It's
to
not
him.
both ways,
Okay.
Jim. Jim, it's not both ways. We know Clay in the starting lineup is statistically now. If you want to have faith that they can figure it out and throwing him back in there, fine. But I'm just saying that there is no evidence that suggests that the starting lineup would suddenly become, way better with Clay in there. Um, like I'm just saying that's just what the data showed. Now, if you throw Trace at
I
the
know, but
five,
the data also showed Pods. It was amazing in the
Oh no
starting
no no.
lineup, and Clay was still good
hold
in the
on, hold
starting
on, hold
lineup.
on. If
They
you
were
look at
still
Trace,
good.
if Trace at the five, I think that might
Yeah.
change things.
Yeah, Dre, I want you to perfectly understand this point. When I say I want Clay Thompson in the starting lineup, I'm talking about a two-man change. I'm not just talking about Clay in the starting lineup with, Kuminga still in the starting lineup. I don't think that is conducive to, now they lose another ball handler and like who's going to create, you saw how it got a little bit wonky, at times with like no ball handler in there, GP2 in there for defense. And it was like Wiggins, GP2, Draymond, Potts, and Draymond playing like a shell of himself. Like this shit wasn't working offensively, right? They were turning the ball over silly in transition. Like these things cannot happen, right? Um, Now with Clay in there next to Trace, like that's the formula that I'm looking for. Like I don't want Trace in there and then Potts still in the starting lineup. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I
Jim,
want both of
yeah,
those two guys replaced. I think
right.
that is the only way you make it viable for both Trace and Clay for them to be able to thrive in that starting lineup.
We have an issue here because if you take Kaminga out, the pods thing makes sense, but taking Kaminga out, which makes sense too, I understand what the angle is, but there's a conundrum there. I don't
I
trust.
know. I
I don't
know.
listen. I don't trust. I'm just gonna be like I've said it all year. I don't trust Clay, and I don't trust Wiggins, and I don't trust Trey. You said combination of Trey. I don't trust that at all. Like offensively, Jim, that is
You don't trust
not
Clay and
reliable.
Trey's combination?
Well,
What is there not to
may,
trust?
That's when they made the
maybe,
comeback today.
maybe.
Bro, Clay had 18 points, was a plus 11, and he didn't even play crazy
I
minutes.
gotta
When
see it without Chris
Like, come
Paul
on,
because
man.
Steph plays his game. CP hunts for Clay. CP hunts Clay, like to get Clay shots. So I'm not saying it's not gonna work. I'm just saying that
And Draymond Green
we
can't
gotta
do the
see it.
same thing. Can't
We
hunt
gotta
for
see it.
Steph to get shots.
Well, no, but he has three mouths to feed: Steph, Clay, and Wiggins, right? Because Wiggins is supposed to be part of that mix. So now on the second unit, there's one mouth to feed. It's just Clay because CP doesn't hunt for his shot, and
No, it'll be
Draymond.
Kuminga now. Kuminga needs to eat, and he's gonna get
Well, hold
that
on.
with the second unit.
CP and Kaminga don't have that chemistry. They haven't built that
All I'm
chemistry.
saying is we haven't tried this. Let's try it. We've tried
No, Dre,
55 different lineups, bro. There's nothing to debate,
All right,
Dre.
we'll
We
try
I,
have
it.
to
We'll
try
try
it.
it.
Like,
Let's try it.
there's
I
nothing to
agree
gotta
with
debate.
play.
you.
We've tried 55 lineups. We've tried it every way, upside down but loose. Like,
I agree with you to some extent about the Chris Paul Kuminga thing. At the same time, I remember Kuminga going off in that fourth quarter against the second unit to start. I don't remember which part of it was, but it was against the Mavs, if you remember, right? He was going off against the second units, and I think he if he just attacks these second units, like I think he will go crazy. So with him and CP and Trace may need to play some minutes there too, and then he'll be up to about 30 minutes. I think he's that important. He unlocks again for both Clay and
We
CP,
don't have a
right? So that
choice. We really just don't have a choice at this point. So I'm on board with the lineup. I'm just saying that don't be disappointed when, I don't know if Clay Wiggins and Trace or whatever combination you mentioned is I don't trust that. I think J
I
Cole.
know, but we haven't tried it, so there's nothing to
Yeah,
trust.
we
We
got we
haven't
got to
tried
we
it.
got to see
Yeah,
it.
I
We
don't
got to
know
see
why
We've
you
it.
never
say you
tried
don't
it.
trust it. It's
We've
just I
never
don't get
tried
it.
it.
Offensively, I don't think it's reliable, but we'll see. We'll see.
Brother,
Maybe.
Clay was struggling tonight. He had 18 points in his sleep
Yeah, but he plays next
with
to Chris
8
Paul.
assists,
Shadow. Shadow. He's
with
playing next to
being
Chris
plus
Paul.
11.
Chris Paul is why Klay Thompson is
I
playing
do
the way
not
he is.
trust Pods. Pods is not capable of scoring 25. He's not capable of scoring 30. He's not capable of scoring
I agree.
35.
I
He's
agree.
not
So
capable of scoring 15
Pod
on a
Pod should
consistent
be
basis.
yeah Pod should be
So
benched.
what is
Pod should
what
be
is
benched.
Pods bringing you when he's not bringing you defense? He's tremendous in the second unit because he's going up against
Yeah.
similar caliber players to him. He's not going up against elite players. He's not going up against Brunson. He was
Right.
guarding McBride, and McBride was cooking like hibachi on the 50th floor, like Boss
Right.
Mandilo,
And that's why I agree with you.
with a
And that's
bad
why
bitch on the
that
50th floor eating
and
hibachi.
that's why I agree with you that Pods cannot start. And I agree with that. But also, if you want to start Clay and Trace, then Wiggins can't shoot 2 for 9 either. He needs to hit
No, he
Okay,
shots.
can't.
he can't shoot 3 for 9, but for the last 2 months, the man's shooting almost 50% from the floor and 45% from three. He had a bad game. It happens. I
And that
don't even care
and
from
I could
that
say and I
standpoint.
can make the
But
same
all I'm
point.
trying to tell you is there are things that Wiggins cannot do that other players can do. But there are things that Wiggins can do that nobody on the team can do. And
Oh,
if you
but
GP
don't
can
have
do it.
POA out there, it looks
GP was our
spooky. That's
GP
all I'm
was our best.
saying.
Hold on, GP was our best POA tonight though. It wasn't Wiggs. It was
Is
GP.
is 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 GP
yeah,
can do that on a consistent basis? You
Jim, do you
trust
agree
GP
with
to do
that?
that against Jalen Brown? You trust
I
GP to do that against
that
KD?
and
You trust GP to do that against Giannis Antetokounmpo?
don't Shadow. That's not a shot at Wiggs. That's just
No,
tonight.
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
just
man. I'm
tonight,
just
just
saying.
tonight.
Jim, do you
I'm
Listen,
agree
just
with that?
saying.
eh,
I'm
yeah, yeah. So
Unbiased.
like
here's what I could say about
Jim, hold on,
Wiggins
Jim. Take a
struggling.
step back, Jim. Do you agree with that assessment or no?
Which assessment?
That GP was our best POA tonight.
You could certainly argue for it. Yeah, he was
Okay.
really good tonight.
I'm just
But
saying, like we need consistent two-way
what I'm
play.
saying, yeah, what
That's
I'm saying, Dre, is like, okay,
fam, we need everybody to play defense. Fam.
yeah,
I agree. That's
That's
okay,
what I'm
what we
saying. No,
need.
no, no. I'm
Five
not
guys
saying.
playing defense.
Did I
Tonight,
say? Did
Hartenstein
I
was
mention
playing
one player?
defense.
I mentioned
Josh
every
Hart was
player.
playing defense.
Every
Everybody got to play
player.
defense.
Two-way play, 1 through 5, 100%. Steph, Clay, Dre, Wiggins,
Fam, I
Pods,
watched Josh
whoever.
Hart play 48 minutes and have a triple double.
Yeah, he's
And you
Dre.
know why
29.
Hartenstein was doing that? Hold on.
Bro, why are we talking about?
You know what?
Do
No,
you know how
I'm
like?
explaining something to you. You had the floor, bro. I don't talk. I listen to you for the first stanza of what you were saying. I'm telling you something. I'm saying Josh Hart is 29 years old and played 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying
Not 5 of 18, by the way.
we have played because some people were playing defense on him after.
Mm-hmm.
We are playing guys 24 minutes, 25 minutes, 26 minutes.
Yeah, this is
We are not
bullshit.
overexerting our players,
Who
bro.
should
Yeah,
play? Who
this
should
is
play?
bullshit.
Who should play in the
This is
30?
fucking
Not
bullshit.
one person on the starting lineup should play less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, Dre, you want two-way play, right? The lineup that I presented to you, that's the closest thing to almost everybody being a two-way player. Trace is a two-way player. Clay capable of being a two-way player when he's protected by three forwards. Steph Curry, obviously, and then Wiggins, we'll
Obviously,
see, right?
Steph is not a two-way player, bro. Not tonight.
Dre,
Tonight.
you want the most two-way plays possible. Steph's going to be a part of that equation, and the best way to make him be a part of that equation without, the weird shit going on is this lineup. There's a lot of
I
balance
think I
there.
agree with that. I think I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, it needs to be 1 through 5. That's first, right? You can't have Steph got beat backdoor like 3 times tonight. Some of that is just on
Yeah,
him. He got
McBride is a quick motherfucker. He beat him. It is what it is. He
no.
doesn't most
I'm
of the
not.
on
I'm
most
not.
other nights, Ray. He's not getting beat backdoor. Give me a break.
I'm
Don't use
well.
tonight's game to say that Steph is not a two-way player. If he's not a two-way player, then they're fucked anyway, Dre. They're fucked anyway if
Don't
he's
get
not two-way.
emotional, Jim. It's okay. He's not. He's not. I don't think he. Is he average on defense? Sure. Is he two-way? Jim means above average on both ends.
If they're Dre, if they're positionally all correct and everybody's doing their jobs, believe you me, he will do his job.
He'll do his job.
Okay,
I agree. Sure.
okay.
Sure. Sure.
So that's the closest thing you're gonna get to two-way
That's fine.
from
That's
everybody
fine.
in the starting lineup. Yeah.
So I don't think Clay's a two-way player either. By the way, you said positionally if you have multiple forwards around him. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Wiggins. I don't know if offensively he's capable of being two-way, but
Got to give him
defensively,
a shot, bro.
Okay,
You got to give him a shot. Some
I'm
people, you realize, Dre, some people are not willing to give him that shot, and yet Steve eventually brought him back into the
give
starting
him the
lineup,
shot. Give him the
and then
shot.
in the month
Give
of
him
February, he was
Jim.
fucking awesome.
Jim, give him the
And
shot.
y'all take that credit away from him, talking about he's not giving you 18 points. While, meanwhile, he's averaging 27
Jim,
minutes. Come on.
let's go. We're going
The
down the
dude took
Rocky
10
path.
shots per game. What do you want him to do?
We're going down the
How many
Rocky path.
points can he score when you're taking 10 shots per game?
Well, he should be more aggressive. Draymond, is he a two-way player?
I mean, bro, like the combo of the 10 shots,
We
the
need.
26
Then you got to pick
Not
minutes.
Kuminga. Then
everybody has to be two-way.
hold on,
Draymond
hold
doing
on.
what he does is
Then
totally
bench
fine.
Kuminga. Hold on. So something's got to give because if you want Wiggins to take more shots, you can't have Steph and Kuminga out there.
I
So
don't
bench
want him to
Kuminga.
take more shots. No, I want him to be out there playing defense. That's what I want.
He
You know what
needs
I'm
to be a
saying?
two-way player. He can't shoot 2 for 9. We need him to
I
Yeah,
think
but
he
outshoot.
here's
can
the
give you
thing though.
16 if he played his proper
Okay,
minutes,
let's
but
go
he's
through
not
the
going to
roster.
because Kuminga is
Jim, in
there
that
and they're going to
lineup.
share minutes.
I'm gonna be
Hold on.
honest with you.
Last thing.
There's a
Last thing. Last thing.
lot of ball pounding going on out
Let me
there.
pull
You know
this.
what I'm saying? A
Let me
lot of
explain
ball
this.
pounding.
Let me explain
This
this.
is not
Let me ask
this
this
is not
question.
Warrior basketball. I'm
Who
gonna be
is
dead honest with you.
It's definitely
Yeah.
not.
Let me ask you this. Steph, is he definitively two-way? Let's say he is. Clay, I don't think he is. Wiggins, on his best day, sure. Draymond, is Draymond two-way?
Well, okay. If you don't, but you just say you keep going back and forth, Trey. You say that okay. If Clay is surrounded by three forwards, okay, he's capable. You said that, right? And then you say no, oh no, but he's not. Like
Jim,
you
Jim,
got to make
because
a
he's
decision here.
inconsistent. Because he's inconsistent. Let's give it. Let's say this. Let's say because my thing is this, I haven't seen Steph and Clay play well defensively at the same time. So I'm yo-yoing back and forth because sometimes Clay plays well defensively, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes Steph does, sometimes he doesn't. So
Well, we
fine.
gotta, Dre. You gotta think about the formations of the defense, right? So
Right.
when is Clay vulnerable? Is when he gets beat outside, right? Now he's got not only Draymond but Trace helping him. So when
Okay.
there's extra help like that, the defense moves around better, and Clay just has to do a good job of recovering at that point, right?
Okay.
So and same thing with
So
Steph. So,
is
go ahead.
Draymond a two-way player?
I mean, not from a scoring standpoint necessarily, but when you have four guys capable of scoring a lot, right? Trace is capable of scoring well,
You do
right?
realize
Draymond
that
is a two-way player.
he- you just said he
Not
can't
from a
stay
scoring
close.
standpoint, but from a creation standpoint, like he is an important
Yes.
part of the
So hold
offense,
on.
right?
So hold on. So you think the spacing of Wiggins, Draymond, and Trace is gonna help Steph and Clay generate good shots
Steph
as the one
and
and two option?
Steph and Clay, them
Steph
two
and Clay
together
is the
alone is
spacing,
more than
dog.
enough
No,
spacing.
no, no. I'm
And then
saying
Trace is
Steph and
rolling.
Clay
You
is
add
the
Trace's
spacing,
rolling to that.
man.
Come on.
so I'm no. I'm asking you. Do you think that Draymond, Wiggins, and Trace make their jobs easier spacing wise? Because you saw teams like the Knicks. We saw teams like the Spurs.
Yes.
They were leaving guys open.
My answer to you is yes, because they're the guys who get Steph and Clay open.
Okay, we'll see. I hope so.
And Dre, real quick, when your point about the roster being flawed and us not having a real definitive two-way player, I had asked this question to you about like 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm just curious to see your stance if it's still the same. With this roster being flawed and not having a two-way player, you said that this team is more talented or better than the 2022 team, correct?
They're more talented, yes. That doesn't mean better. More talented, yes.
Okay.
More talented, they are. They are more talented. Kaminga, look at our depth. Moody, Trace, all these guys are more talented. But that 22 team, Wiggins was way better than he is now. Draymond was 2 years younger. So was Clay. We had Otto Porter, who was a starting piece in the finals. And GP2 was also a better version of himself. So
So for that 2022 team, Jordan Poole or whoever, did we have a definitive two-way player in that 2022 team?
absolutely, Wiggins was the by far our best two-way player, and
Okay,
then
got it.
Was
Steph was
Draymond a two-way player?
hold on. Steph was a two-way player, definitively a two-way player. Draymond, I'll say this: Draymond wasn't, but he was elite defensively, and Otto was a two-way player.
And for the first half of the season, sure.
For
This
the first, yeah,
quite
because he got
spotty
hurt.
once
Because
he
he
came
got
back.
hurt. Would we?
Yeah,
But Jim, would you agree with me? Steph was two-way for sure, flat out. Dude was quite literally the most complete version of himself on both ends
sure,
that we've seen in
sure,
the 2020s. That okay.
sure.
Wiggins, that was his best season by far, no debate. Otto Porter, you would agree he's two-way, right, Jim?
Of course.
GP2, 2 years younger, 3 years younger than himself now, two-way force, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 4 dudes, and Jordan was able to stay on the court for extended stretches because you could conceal him, and he was giving you 20. And honestly, his defense wasn't that bad in 22. It wasn't good, but it was like passable, right? So my point is this: now we're more talented. Chris Paul, very talented. Kaminga, Pods is talented. Trace is
Trace.
talented. All these guys are talented. Talent doesn't mean
Dre,
best.
let me ask you a question. Do you think we should be running more pick and roll?
Yes, yeah, we should.
You think with the two greatest pick and roll players ever, probably, arguably, the two great like CP could be placed as one of the greatest pick and roll lob throwers in NBA history? No, and by the
Sure.
data, Steph is probably one of the best ever. Like
Yep.
at some point, you gotta curtail and you gotta adjust your schemes from defensively, offensively, and as far as conceptually, as far as the team goes, you have to curtail it to them. Just like Pop,
Hey,
when he
Shadow.
when he got LaMarcus Aldridge, Pop had to look himself in the mirror and say, you know what? What the fuck am I doing
And
running the
Shadow,
regular
just to just
offense
to
when I have a
just
guy
to
like this on our team?
Hold on
And
one
they
you're right.
ended
second,
up
Dre.
winning 67 games when he changed his shit. I
Hold on one
think
second.
we are running an offense that's not pertinent to this team.
Shadow.
Hold on one
But
second.
but here's
Dre,
the
hold
problem
up.
with that.
Dre, hold on.
Just really quickly. Here's the problem with that. If you want to run pick and roll, if you want to run pick and roll, Trace and Draymond, who's the roller? And so the spacing kind of gets skewed there because you need one of them to space if you're going to play 4 out 1 in. That's all I'm saying. That's why I think the offense and spacing is a little iffy. Wiggins and Clay have to hit shots. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you. We need to run more pick and roll though. You're right. I agree. It's just the spacing.
I think that would help tremendously. I think that places another 8 to 10 points a game on the board.
All right. Let's transition over to playback.tv/space gang for hour 2. See y'all over at playback.